Can you cook a whole chicken on the griddle? At first, I was very skeptical, but now I could be a believer. I don't know, but so far it looks like it's dang good. After many comments, I thought to myself, surely to goodness this isn't a thing. So the whole idea of like a whole chicken on a griddle, can you do it? Reminds me of like the idea of pizza on the griddle. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm the one that actually doesn't like pizza on the griddle. I think there's other cooking apparatuses or grills out there that you can use. Your oven, your grill, anything else besides a griddle. So today is, I was going to make it like a spoof, kind of like a funny video, but what happens if it really works out? So now I'm like really focused. I reached out to a friend up in New York. We've become friends over the years through YouTube. And I said, hey, walk me through this process of what you would do. So going back and forth, I think we got a good game plan, okay? Kind of like on the same boat of the ideas going back and forth. We're gonna spatchcock the chicken, rub it down with lemon juice, season it with kosher salt, put it on the cooling rack and let it do its thing for a few hours. And I don't know what's gonna happen after that, but we're gonna try to make it work. Now, when you look at this chicken, you can obviously see it's a smaller chicken. I think Cornish hens would work well, but this is not a turkey. So before you get out there and buy the biggest, baddest chicken you can find, I'd probably caution you on that first. Let's see how it goes on a smaller chicken. Just patting it dry as much as we can, get all that moisture off of there, because I want that lemon to stick. One thing I'm hesitant about is adding seasonings. We're just going to use kosher salt. I just feel like the amount of time that this is going to be on the griddle, a lot of your bottled seasonings, I think, have a tendency to burn, mine included, especially for that long on the griddle. It doesn't matter which seasoning you're using, so just be careful about that. We got the backbone right there. We're just going to separate it on the edges of that on that spine. A good pair of kitchen shears will work, or you can use a knife. Stocks, stews, soups, you name it. Breastplate right there. I'm just going to take a knife and go right there and just break it open. Just like that. Turn over. Give it the Heimlich. So the idea is you want this as flat as possible, right? Because you want this to cook even. Just massage that lemon juice all in there. Give it like a good lemon bath. Get the armpits, the little tickly spots. Don't get excited.
I was gonna say, I just hiccuped and you could see the whole camera move.
I know you got excited. All right, lay everything open. See how flat that is. And then we're coming over a good dose of, adjust for the wind, some kosher salt. I've got asked several times where do I get my salt from, and my guess is they're finding it very difficult to find in the grocery stores like I do. I actually order mine from Amazon, Diamond Crystal Kosher Salt. We can leave a link listed below so you guys can check it out. Typically on pellets and pits, we use it quite often, so it's more known in the barbecue world per se.
It's the only salt. Cooking. It's the only salt we use, pretty much, when you say in the house.
Yeah. Flip it over, same thing. This is going to do two things. The lemon's going to add a little bit of flavor. Since we can't add a lot of flavors from the seasonings, the salt's going to help dry brine it, along with pulling out that moisture, going into the meat, seasoning it up. So it's kind of like a win-win for us. Plus, I think drying it out is going to help get that skin crispy. And ultimately, if I'm going to try to do it the right way, that's what I'm looking for. In the fridge it goes for several hours. Here's one of the ideas we had in mind. I've got my big old bacon press. We have that, or we have the burger press. People have actually aluminum foil bricks before. You can do anything that's really heavy. That's kind of like the idea. So I'm just going to wrap it up aluminum foil. There's no reason, to really get it, dirty if you don't have to. I'll clean it anyways, but just kind of protect it there. And that could be used as an in-house weapon. All right. So this Blackstone's with new 3-burner. We're on low, medium, low. And just to show you with my ThermoWorks temp gun, we should hit, is that 380?
386.
Perfect. All right, so that's what I was expecting. I don't think the temperature's really going to matter. This is one of the benefits of having like zones on your griddle, right? Not everything's to be perfectly done. I am going to, however, try to hover around that 375 to 425, flipping often. So that's gonna be the first target. I just got some tallow down to help us out for a little oil. You can use bacon up, you can use bacon grease, anything. I'm gonna go skin side down first. Just got a simple stock pot, about half a stick of butter. This is one of those dishes to where if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna try to give it all the go I can. So we got 2 cloves of garlic. This is gonna be our basting sauce as the chicken gets closer to being done. Just eyeballing everything. So let's just say this is thyme. So maybe half of a teaspoon. A little rosemary, maybe a teaspoon. Kind of keeping maybe like a little Greek vibe going on. You'd probably want to stay away from your sugars, especially like teriyaki glazes, barbecue glazes and stuff. The chicken's just gonna be on there too long. I'll let you glaze it right at the end. Just a touch of red pepper, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon. And since I'm going Greek, I thought about using Mexican oregano. I know people want to kill me for it, but that's all I had. I don't know, that much. Find the smallest knife you can in your drawer. And we're going to add about 1/2 of a lemon. We're going to put this on the griddle, just right off the side, and just kind of just let this marry, do its thing. If it gets too hot, we'll remove it. Just gonna let all those herbs and butters and lemons just kind of work together. About 9 to 10 minutes later, not bad, kind of what I was expecting. Still got a long ways to go. If you notice, I'm more concentrating on my breasts with the weights because I feel like the breasts are the thickest part. I think the thighs will be fine over a period of time, but I'm really concerned about the breast, how long it'll take. So you can adjust your weight back and forth. You know, depends on how you got your stuff set up. I'm not worried about cross-contaminating because this has got to be flipped several times. If so, you can just put it right on the griddle, warm it up. It only has to be heated to 165 degrees instantly, so that won't matter at all. All right, about 12 minutes later, I'm going to pull this, start getting that gunk off the griddle, because that's eventually going to start burning. And the restaurant business would call that fawn, and that right there is crap tons of flavor. That's how a lot of sauces are made with chicken. Let's not talk about it, let's be about it. Just a touch of oil down.
I gotta be honest, this is looking fantastic so far. Pat yourself on the back.
Not that, it's the use of propane. Okay, so we got 3 burners going. We're only really using one side and one zone, and it takes a long time. Imagine if you have a 4 burner, that's a lot of propane going. However, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. So 20 minutes in, I wouldn't expect it to be, 120. We got a long ways to go. 115, somewhere through there. Dark meat is running faster than the light meat, which is exactly what I expected. So that's why we keep putting that press on that breast. It's been another 12 minutes. This is when I feel like it's going to get tricky. From here on out, I'm going to dome it. Now that we've developed that really good skin and there's a lot of flavor going on, I think it's time to trap that moisture, and I think the moisture will help quickly cook this. An idea that Matt had, which I think is a phenomenal idea. Sheet tray, cooling rack, put the chicken on there, maybe add some beer to the sheet tray and then dome it. That's another option as well. The whole idea is to trap that moisture in there, and I think we can do it like this. We are going to be flipping it more often. I don't know if I'll show the whole process, but the flipping process is going to speed up pretty quick because I want it to, basically cook even from now on. But we'll just keep an eye on it. All right, so we're not far off, okay? Which is a good sign.
Cooked faster than expected.
It did. So what we're going to start doing now is just basting it. I don't even have my basting brush just happened so quick. Now you want to get this done right basically before you pull the chicken because you don't want this butter to be burning on the griddle. Jeez.
Oh, it looks fantastic.
So as that butter melts and kind of just comes off the chicken, I'm just grabbing it with the griddle's off. We're up to temp, and I'm just letting it kind of just sitting there in its juices, kind of calming down. And just using that pastry brush or your whatever brush, just to come through here and just really give it some love. So that really wasn't bad at all. Maybe less than 40 minutes.
I can get a final time.
You know the old saying, don't knock it till you try it? Just to reiterate, this is about a 4-pound chicken, okay? This ain't no dang ostrich. Look how juicy that is. No, don't be umming. Woo. Probably could let it rest just a hair longer, but honestly, I'm super intrigued. The breast will kind of go down like this. There's that wishbone. Of course, it's all in that butter and stuff too, so it should taste pretty good, just like this.
It looks amazing.
Cooked chicken with butter and herbs. Look at that bite. It just goes to prove the internal thermometer is the most useful kitchen tool you can possibly buy. No matter if you're indoor cook, outdoor cook, it doesn't matter. I can't stress it enough because that's how you determine your chicken temperature. I mean, look at that. Unbelievable. Honestly, there's no reason why it shouldn't work, but I do think the results are 10 times better doing this than it is a pizza on the griddle.
You're surprised at how good it turned out, actually. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought the outside would burn because it'd be on the griddle for so long, especially doing it for 10-minute times. We're able to adjust the temperature down probably about 75% of the way through the cook. I was able to turn that middle griddle down because I think as a chicken warms up, like most things, it stops acting like a piece of ice on the griddle, okay? If you put something cold on the griddle, that area naturally cools down. It takes a long time for that heat to build back up. As the chicken warmed up, we're able to adjust that temperature from medium back down to low because the chicken was warming up. So, I mean, there's just so much juice. I mean, that's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Matt, I appreciate you. Try this out. I know for a fact you can nail this. Anybody out there just want to get crazy and make something fantastic, this way to do it. That sauce right there is on point. Simple ingredients. Didn't really have to measure anything. Just cooking with a heart today. But had fun. Honestly, I really thought it was going to be a crap show. But it really came out super, super good. There's nothing wrong with it. I think the kids will actually like it. Yeah, give it a go. Not bad. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound the notification button, share it with your friends. Cheers.